Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Introduction to the Necronomicon. Today's video will be going over the spellbook. Yes, we'll be looking at the spellbook, so let's radicchio to it. Now that one has completed the long, arduous gatewalking initiation, or at least read the main book, the next step is the spellbook. The spellbook is basically an add-on to the main book, not only in terms of name and author, but in content. This book holds the incantations for the 50 names, but it also has the altar set up and the rules and instructions to conduct oneself during the ritual. Now, I don't know if this was done on purpose for a financial standpoint or what, but either way, the incantations that are missing from the main book are in this book, but it's only for the 50 names. So just relax and take another deep breath and refer back to the Papers in the Attic website, or the Warlock Asylum, as it's called, Magickology, and the Black Tower YouTube channels for help to answer any questions that you may have. There's also the Peter Levenda cough Simon cough recording as well. Due to the spellbook being cut, dry, and to the point, we will break down what we can break down. The Breakdown 2, Electric Boogaloo. We have the following chapters: Introduction, Steps, the 50 Names of Marduk, and the Afterword. The introduction pretty much gives you the basic rundown of the main book, abridged summary, basically. And the Afterword pretty much gives you the testimonials and some helpful tips to keep track of, your spells' progress, either in a journal or a book of shadows. Steps is pretty much, telling you what you're going to need, the way things are going to flow during the ritual and all that. And, of course, 50 pages out of, I'd say about a 150-page book, the 50 Names of Marduk. They take up 50 pages. So, I'm saying this is about maybe 150 pages. It's been a while since I actually used mine. Items you will need: incense of pine, sandalwood, and cedar. They are incenses given, so whichever one you prefer. I like to go with this brand from India called Zodiac, and it's basically incenses that cover the whole zodiac. Now, I'm a Scorpio, and I get the Scorpio brand. Now, I thought it was originally sandalwood, but it turned out it was cedar. And I love that brand. And I love that version of cedar. I used to get it at a witchy shop before the owner's husband died and she sold it. They were the only ones I knew that carried it. I don't know if my other witchy shop I go to carries it, but I love the Zodiac brand. Two unscented white candles. Tea lights, those long glass candles that you see next to the ones with Jesus and Mary and Judah in the Mexican aisle at your local grocery store. Those are good. I like to get those. I use those. They're in a long glass case and they last you a long time. You can use votive candles as well. As long as it's unscented, white, it will not be used for anything else, mundanely or magically. They are only for the 50 names rituals. A black ink pen or marker. I use Sharpies myself. A clean and blank white sheet of paper. It can be anything from the blank side of an index card, note card, drawing paper, construction paper, typing paper, or if you're feeling that king shit, parchment paper. Most of this can be found at your local dollar store for $10 maximum is what you'll be spending. It shouldn't be no more than $10. The art of the ritual too. Once you got your items and picked a name for whatever you're asking for, you follow the instructions given. They are, do not let anyone see the sigil you have made. Hide it until you are ready to call upon the name. If someone gets a look at it, it's kind of ruined. Pick a time where you will not be disturbed. 3 a.m. is usually the best time for calling. The psychic energies in the air are at their lowest. Take some deep breaths, clear your mind, and focus on your goal. Recite the opening incantation and stare intently at the sigil. Once you feel your mind is focused, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't rush. Take your time. Just stay focused. If you feel your mind starting to stray, well, take some deep breaths and move around. Touch some items nearby. Reconnect with your body. Once you have deep breaths, recite the closing incantation, turn over the sigil, snuff the candles, and hide your sigil where it won't be seen by anyone, and carry on as normal. So basically, you don't want no one to see your sigil, pre-ritual or post-ritual. And I was watching a video a couple of years back. I think it was Akasha Wolf, if I believe correctly. And she was talking about blowing out a candle versus snuffing a candle. And she made a good point that when you blow out a candle, you're putting your energy into your breath, which kind of is counterproductive to the energies you just summoned. So you want to snuff out the candle, either with a candle snuffer or something, that's not going to catch on fire. Now, I don't have a candle snuffer, but I use those candles with the long glass candles, so I pretty much lay something on top of it until the flame goes out. And that's what I do. So when you're done with that, you hide your sigil and you just set it and forget it. And you let the energies that were summoned do the rest of the work. Of course, this is textbook performance. And you can add in an athame, offerings, and communicating with the name, as opposed to just reciting your prayer. My brother Waylon from the Black Tower taught me that one. It helps you feel less like you're a demanding jerk, but more like an old friend. Outside interference. The spellbook talks about encounters you may have during your ritual. If you've performed and completed the gate-walking process, you are well protected by your watcher and the double circle barrier. If not, stay calm and show no fear. Try to focus on your ritual. Resort to my third elder sign video for protection of, the uninitiated. Because you're basically lighting a match in the dark, and you're going to draw whatever's there to you. And a lot of these entities that roam around, they look for energy beacons like this. And then they feed on the energy. So you want to stay calm, focused, and show no fear, no doubt, no worry, but constant reassurance of what you are doing. Final note. These are powerful spirits that can read you like an open book. They demand respect and to be treated with such. Do not anger them by being disrespectful. Whether you think this is all fake or just mispronouncing names, they feed off the energy you put into the summoning, and it is up to them how to handle your offensiveness. Be advised that this can have psychological and physical consequences if not taken seriously. And I would also like to add to note that you can build up energy for this ritual of whatever you're choosing by thinking about it, refining it. And once you pick a name that is the one that's going to carry out the ritual for you, you are entering a binding contract. Once you have picked a name, you are entering a binding contract that you must complete. I can tell you that I've experienced a situation or two where I've picked a name and wasn't quick enough to do the ritual. They grew tired of waiting. They sent me some reminders. The first one was 2 extremely violent dreams. And the second time, they actually sent ghostly apparitions to me. So be advised that if you work with the 50 names, you pick a name, it is best to, I don't want to say immediately, but don't hesitate too long. Just like anybody, they don't like to be kept waiting. Now, honestly, I've kept one name waiting, but that's only because everything in my life's been screwed up, so it is what it is. But this will conclude episode 2 of the book series, and be sure to click that bell icon to stay informed. Be sure to check out the links in the description, and my GoFundMe is open. If you would like to donate or share my link, go right ahead. All donations and sharing links are appreciated, and I thank each and every one who has donated and shared. And you can follow me on my social medias that are also listed. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get back to them as soon as possible. And if it's something I can't answer, I will gladly show you to Magickology and the Black Tower, or Papers in the Attic. So I will catch you all later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.